Got it running with minimal effort. And once I realized what the problem was with the clutch, got that straightened out right away also. So that's the rod where it goes into the master cylinder. The clutch pedal is up. And you push it in and it comes back. So that's really good news. That was minimal effort. Switch that rod out. And that is probably why they stopped driving this truck. So at this point, I got the battery back in it. We know it has oil. I checked the power steering. I put a little brake fluid in it. Made sure the master cylinder for the clutch was topped off. Oh, there you have it. Runs and drives. Figure out what I'm going to do with all these tires. I beat the living hell out of that one wheel that was stuck. So it's idling really high now. Oh, she's just gushing coolant out of that water pump. I definitely need to adjust carburetor if I'm gonna try to keep working on it, but I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna change the water pump out because this one's leaking real bad right out of the weep hole, so the seal must have tore after sitting and getting it running, you know. I'm gonna take one of those blue barrels that my wife brought home so she can ride her horses around them, and I'm gonna cut the lid off it and use it as a garbage can. I pretty much do this every time she brings some of these home. That took way longer than I wanted it to. All right, so what's in there? Danger. Phosphoric acid. Is that bad? My fingers. Check it out. I'm going to YouTube mechanic how to adjust the EDLEBROCK 650 carburetor. I've seen it done before, I just can't remember the procedure and what screws to turn. So I'm going to adjust that carburetor so it doesn't idle to the moon. Well, I got quite a ways cleaning the back of this truck out. Show you what we got. This is what's left of the junk and clutter that was in it. Looks like a 50-foot extension cord maybe. I think that's all intact. I'll test it out. That'll be a nice addition to the garage. I don't have enough extension cords. there's 2 or 3 different sets of jumper cables that are, you know, trash quality to begin with, but they're all trash anyways. But I'll strip them out, haul them in for copper scrap. I got some direction, or I came up with some direction. I was kind of stalling out with this truck, okay? I got the wheels all holding air, got the engine running. You noticed in some of the videos it's idling really, really high. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that right now, and then we'll talk some more. So, I don't know anything about doing any of this. I could clean carburetors and whatnot, but I watched some videos on how to set some of this stuff, so I'm gonna do rough. These are the idle air mixture screws. So bury them out, and I'm gonna wind up about 2 full turns out. It looks like everybody that I watched messing around with this, you know, they did it technically with a vacuum gauge and a RPM gauge. I don't have any of that, so, but they all landed about the same. 2 1/4 turns if they wanted to get really dialed in. So I'm gonna set these at 2, and I don't know what that garbage is, but I'm sure. So this is actually the idle on the pedal. So I can see that the linkage is moving in the slow down position. Okay, it's not moving anymore, so I'm going to turn it back in. There, it's pulling back. So technically doing this when it's running is a better idea, but you can see that screw. That's the idle on the pedal. That's, you know, basically how much it's pulling on the throttle. These screws are just the air fuel mixture. You don't want them too rich because you'll foul your plugs at an idle. So keep them, you know, the farther in they're turned, the leaner they are. You know, that's what I'm learning. Like I said, they land about 2 turns out from buried. And this one's all, you know, depends on where it's idling when you fire it up. So I'm gonna, what do we got here? It's got an electric choke on it. I haven't dug into it much. I don't think it's working. It's not too cold today. It's almost 30. I'm gonna start it up, let it run for a while, shut the choke off, and then readjust this on the throttle and see if it will actually idle without doing, like, I don't know. There's no tack gauge, but she's howling. Yeah, it's howling when it's idling, so it needs to be calmed down a little bit. I got it started. I got that idle adjustment on the pedal set where I think I want it. It sounds a lot better than it did. It's not screaming at me. Stop right here so we can listen to it because the exhaust dumps out right out of the wide pipe underneath the cab. It sounds pretty good. I'm going to pull it out and let it run for a little bit longer. Yeah, the choke light's on. It's electric choke, so I'm guessing it doesn't have any juice going to it, or it's not hooked up the right way. I gotta find this a temporary home for a little while. I got another project I gotta start. It's not the Monte Carlo though. Here's our next project. I'm not gonna be in a big hurry to get to this one, but it's a 1987 Monte Carlo. Pretty sure that's an SS edition. That's what the guy told me. I don't see any badging for it though. It might not be. Regardless, she's going drag racing. No engine, no trans. But that's the beauty of it. We can put whatever power plant we need in there. I'm gonna try to stay on this Chevy for a little while. There's a Monte Carlo. Kind of want to go back there just so it's out of the way. Gas gauge, it's got lots of gas, which is not likely. All right, enough dicking around with this truck right now. We'll talk to you in a few minutes.